everyone. In this class, we are going to learn about what are the changes that occur when a person descends down deep into the sea. At sea level, atmospheric pressure is 760 mmHg, that is 1 atmosphere, and the pressure in the lungs is equal to the pressure. When the individual dives into the sea, he is exposed to high pressure, which is proportional to the depth to which he dives. For every descent of 33 feet depth, that is 10 meters, there is increase in pressure by 1 atmosphere. Thus, at 100 feet depth, the pressure is about 4 atmospheric pressure, that is 3 plus 1. This high pressure into the deep sea causes some hazards. People using caissons, the chamber in which they work underwater, are also exposed to similar high pressure hazards as pressure in the caissons is increased to keep the water out of the chamber. Also, at the deeper region of the sea, air or gas mixtures are inhaled at high pressure to equalize the external pressure on the thorax and abdomen so that adequate chest expansion is maintained during respiration. This inhaled gas at high pressure dissolves in the body fluids in a large quantities and causes certain hazards. So the hazards of deep sea diving are mainly the nitrogen narcosis, high pressure nervous system, high pressure nervous syndrome, acute oxygen toxicity, dysbarism, and air embolism. Nitrogen narcosis. During deep sea diving, gases are inhaled at high pressures. Inhalation of 100% oxygen at high pressure causes CNS depression. Therefore, normally a mixture of 20% of oxygen and 80% of nitrogen is inhaled at high partial pressures. At high pressures, nitrogen produces narcotic effects. Up to 100 feet at about 4 atmospheric pressure, the dissolved nitrogen produces euphoria. However, narcotic effects of nitrogen starts at about 120 feet and become severe at or below 250 feet, that is at 8.5 atmospheres. The features are similar to alcohol intoxication. Though the manual agility remained unaffected, intracellular functions are altered. The narcotic effect of nitrogen are due to its anesthetic effects. High pressure nervous syndrome. As dissolved nitrogen at deeper regions of the sea produces narcotic effects, a mixture of helium and oxygen are preferred for the following reasons. The narcotic effect of helium is one-fifth of that of nitrogen. That is why it is used. Resistance of airflow is less as helium is lighter than nitrogen. Density of helium is 2, whereas the density of nitrogen is 14. Thus, the work of breathing is less with helium mixture. So, helium is also less soluble in the body fluids. The inhalation of helium mixture during high deep dives causes high pressure nervous syndrome. High pressure nervous syndrome occurs due to the anesthetic effects of helium at high pressure. Helium like xenon, krypton, neon are inert gases at atmospheric pressure and anesthetic at high pressures. The anesthetic effect is due to their lipid solubility and direct effect on membrane of neurons. High pressure nervous syndrome is characterized by tremors, drowsiness, and incoordination. The alpha activity in EEG is depressed and manual dexterity is impaired. Oxygen toxicity. The gases are inhaled under high pressure to maintain chest and abdominal expansion during deep sea diving. The carbon dioxide is usually removed from the gas mixture as its accumulation in the body is fatally toxic. However, breathing 100% oxygen at higher pressure is also toxic. Acute oxygen toxicity occurs mainly due to the effects of high pressure 100% oxygen on CNS. The features of oxygen toxicity are nausea, dizziness, irritability, disorientation, disturbed vision, and convulsions. Pulmonary damage may also occur. Therefore, in gas mixtures to be inhaled at high pressure, the concentration of oxygen is reduced to about 20% to prevent its toxicity. Dysbarism, that is also known as Casson's disease. Dysbarism or decompression sickness is a condition which occurs when subjects are exposed to high atmospheric pressure and are suddenly brought to lower atmospheric pressures. For example, deep sea divers or workers in caisson. Uh, a caisson is a watertight chamber used for performing construction work underwater, returning to sea surface rapidly from deep sea level. Pressure at sea level is 1 atmosphere. The pressure increases by 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters depth of the water. Thus, the pressure at 10 meter is 2 atmosphere, 20 meter it is 3 atmosphere, at 50 meter it is 6 atmosphere, so on. Okay, so when the person suddenly exposed to comes to the surface, he is suddenly exposed to 1 atmospheric pressure. Deep sea divers usually breathe 80% of nitrogen from the gas mixtures. When the diver descends into the deep sea, nitrogen dissolves in the body fluids, which is proportional to the depth of descent. Nitrogen is lipid soluble, therefore, it also dissolves in the lipid structures of the tissues. If the return uh, to the surface is slow, the gases that come out from the solution diffuse into the blood and are eliminated by the lungs. If the return is, or rather decompression is rapid, the escape of gases from the solution is quick and bubbles are formed in the tissues and blood. This causes damage to the tissues. Bubbles in the tissues can cause severe pain in the tissues. Pain occurs mainly in the muscles and joints, so this is called decompression sickness or Casson's disease. In severe cases, bubbles in the blood vessels decrease the blood flow to the brain and spinal cord, resulting sensory and motor deficits in the form of paresthesia, motor weakness, paralysis, or respiratory failure. Bubbles in the pulmonary vessels produce dyspnea and a feeling of respiratory compression, and bubbles in the coronary vessels produce myocardial ischemia. Features of decompression sickness usually appear within half an hour of coming to the surface. It is important to note that the important factor contributing to the severity of decompression sickness is not the absolute decrease, but the percentage decrease in pressure. A rapid decrease up to 50% of the original pressure is safe, but decrease below 45% is harmful. How to prevent this? Decompression sickness can be prevented by slow recompression, that is, gradual ascent to the sea level. Reduction in the pressure should not exceed less than 50%. Treatment is as soon as the symptoms develop, the subject should be recompressed immediately in a pressurized cabin. Quick recompression should be followed by slow decompression. Sometimes hyperbaric oxygen is also helpful. Though the recovery is usually complete, uh, some residual neural deficits may persist. Air embolism. When diver breathing from tank at increased pressure suddenly ascends to the surface, holding his breath, gas in the lungs expand rapidly and rupture pulmonary veins. The air escapes into the circulation and causes air embolism. Also, sudden reduction in external pressure from atmospheric to subatmospheric level can cause rapid expansion of gas in the lungs and produce air embolism, which typically occurs when pressurized cabin of an aeroplane or rocket ruptures at high altitude. Air embolism can also occur during rapid ascent from shallow depth of 5 meters. Therefore, to prevent this, a diver can take breath at the surface and then dive into the water holding the breath and come out of it holding the same breath. Scuba, the it's also known as the self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. which is a tank and wall system used by a deep sea divers. It consists of cylinders that contains the mixture of compressed helium and oxygen. The wall arrangement helps in the subject to inhale and exhale gases. Oxygen and helium mixtures are frequently used as they are less toxic during deep sea diving. So, this is in brief about uh, the deep sea physiology. Thank you.